Good evening, sports fans, on this late Saturday night, September 10th, 2016. I am Peter Wiggins, and it is time for Saturday Night Sports Roundup. And let's start off at Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where the Boston Red Sox squared off against the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays got on the board first on a Melvin Upton home run. Line drive left center field and scores Russell Martin, who was 2-0 in favor of the Jays. And then, bottom of the third, Jose Bautista singles on a short line drive to shortstop Zeno Bogart that scores Josh Donaldson. It was 3-0 in favor of the Jays through 3. And then, top of the 6th, Desmond Door homers on a fly ball on the left field. 13-1 season makes 3-1 Toronto. And then, top of the 7th, Jack Martin Jr. out of second fly to second right fielder Jose Bautista that scores Javier Ramirez as the Boston Red Sox fall to the Toronto Blue Jays 3-2 as the Sox lead in East is now 1 game to the Jays as J.A. got the win, go to 18-4 the season, and Eduardo Wiggins got the loss. Gave up 4 hits and 3 runs and struck out 5. And give up a homer. Next up, the Red Sox and the Jays go out into the finale of a 3-game series at the Rogers Center tomorrow at 1:07 p.m. with Clay Buchholz to bat for the Red Sox and Aaron Sanchez at the bat for the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay, take a look at some other scores around the major leagues. Top of the 8th, it's the Cincinnati Reds, leading the Pittsburgh Pirates, 7-6. Bottom 8th, it's the Washington Nationals, leading the Philadelphia Phillies, 3-0. Bottom 8th, Baltimore Orioles, all over the Detroit Tigers, 11-2. Top of the 10th, Cleveland Indians and the Minnesota Twins, 1-1 to score. Bottom of the 7th, Kansas City Royals, leading the Chicago White Sox, 6-4. Bottom of the 9th, LA Dodgers, leading the Miami Marlins, 5-0. Bottom of the 9th, New York Mets and the Atlanta Braves, tied at 3. For 6, Minnesota Giants leading Arizona Diamondbacks 5-1. San Padres leading the Colorado Rockies 6-0 for the bottom of 4th. Bottom of 3rd is the Texas Rangers leading LA Angels 2-0, and Houston Astros leading the Chicago Cubs 2-1, and the Seattle Mariners leading the Oakland Athletics 14-3, and New York Yankees over the Tampa Bay Rays 5-1, and the St. Louis Cardinals over the Milwaukee Brewers 5-1. Okay, here is how the standings fare in the major leagues. First of all, the Red Sox have a 1-game lead on the Jays. They're 2.5 ahead of the Baltimore Orioles, and Yankees are 3 behind the Red Sox for first place in the American League East. So the American League East is now a battle royale. In the American League Central, the Cleveland Indians get a 6-game lead on the Detroit Tigers for first place in the AL Central. Texas Rangers get a 9-game in the lead of Houston Astros for first place in the AL West. In the National League East, it's the Washington Nationals have an 8-game lead on the New York Mets for first place in the National League East. In the National League Central, it's the Cubs 15-game lead on the St. Louis Cardinals for first place in the National League Central, and LA Dodgers 4-game lead on the San Francisco Giants for first place in the NL West. Okay, take a look at some wild cards. Toronto's got the first wild card spot, while Baltimore and Detroit are tied for the second and final wild card spot with the Yankees a half-game behind Baltimore and Detroit in the final wild card spot in the American League. In the wild card, San Francisco Giants got a first wild card spot in the Mets, and the St. Louis Cardinals are tied for the wild card spot, final wild card spot in the American League East, in the National League. So should be exciting. Okay, take a look at some WNBA action, where take a look at some WNBA action. And there wasn't any WNBA action. So why don't we move it on to some college football scores? Oklahoma over Louisiana Monroe 45-17 in 13 minutes. It's Texas 40, UTEP 7. Arkansas 20, TCU 14. Iowa 35, Iowa State 3-18 left in the third quarter. It's LSU 27, it's Jacksonville State 10. Tennessee 24, Virginia Tech 14 at halftime. Alabama 38, Western Kentucky 10. Clemson 30-24. Florida State 52, Charleston 7-8. Ohio State 48, Tulsa 3. Michigan 51, UCF 14. Houston 42, Lamar 0. Washington 59, Idaho 14. Georgia 26, it's Nichols 24. Wisconsin 54, Akron 10. Notre Dame 39, Nevada 10. Texas A&M 67, Prairie View 0. Central Michigan 30, Oklahoma State 27, it's Baylor 40, it's SMU 13, it's Miami 38, it's Florida Atlantic 30-10. And Louisville 62, Syracuse 28 last night. And take a look at some MLS soccer scores. New York Revolution defeated New York City Football Club 3-1. Philadelphia Union and Montreal Impact tied at 1. Vancouver 3, Columbus Crew 1. In the 70 minutes, Toronto 2, Chicago Fire 1, and Football Club Dallas 0, Chicago Rapids 0. Okay, take a look at some sports news. In New York, Italy, what will become a tight-tested U.S. Open final. Angelique Kerber sprinted forward to a summer, waits a deep drop shot and scoop it down the line, winner to the corner. Along with Central Michigan's Miracle Harold Mary Saturday's game against Oklahoma State, the Chippewas pulled a similar play to the Bahamas Bowl in 2014. The Seattle Seahawks and the Nats plans for Sunday's pregame ceremony according to the receiver Doug Bolton. They will send together during the national anthem. Carmel, Indiana. The final round of the BMW Championship might be the only one time all year most competing afternoon is at the top of the leaderboard. Nick Saban yells at Lane Kiffin after Alabama surrenders a touchdown in the final minute of the game that is out of reach with Western Kentucky. When discussing the most embarrassing moments, Yao Ming remembers getting crossed up by Stephon Barber. Chicago O'Neal refers to his trips to Furry for line, and Allen Iverson recalls rant on practice. TCU's sophomore Cavante Turpin finds his result of an 81-yard punt return in his last week's game against South Dakota State. His play helped the Horned Frogs from a 10-point deficit and win their season opener added a week's matchup. The Clemson Tigers' mediocre performance on the road against Auburn Tigers while surprise was unsustainable. USC Trojans Sam Donald connects with UC Trojans Dante Burnett for touchdown during the first half. Los Angeles Memorial Cosme as USC Trojans waste no time in a bounce-back victory. USC offensive tackle Chuma Egnoga takes a swing at Utah State. Defender pushed an official after the play was over, resulting in the Jackson in the game in the first quarter. Calibert earned Kennedy governance back with speed and skill, but the middleweight championship power put too much over the 5 rounds. Just days after the fight was that, Swerve Law has been scratched winners, but bout with Donald Cowboys around that was scheduled for UFC 205 New York. Pittsburgh, Pitt and Penn State spent the days leading up to the renewal of what's ended series in a semi-argument over whether they're still rivals. And Pep Guardiola delivered the first meaningful ball in a rivalry with Jose Mourinho that will become a central part of the Premier League's narrative of Manchester City recorded well-merited win against Manchester United at Old Trafford. That is going to be it for Saturday Sports Management. It is late Saturday, September 10th, 2016. I'm pretty sure it'll be a good night with a good party, and I'll see you tomorrow night right after the big tilt of the regular season opener between the Patriots and the Arizona Cardinals. Tomorrow night. Good night.